In this tutorial, we will look at how to create a very simple application that allows you to change the background color of a website. Once you grab this concept, you can do many things, such as implementing a skinning system. So here I've set up a very simple web page. The PHP code will go up here. Here we just have a very standard HTML document, some CSS here, and a form with one input box and a submit button. It looks like this in the browser. So that should all look familiar to you. Nothing special. We'll need a little over 10 lines of code to make this work. So let's get this started. Since we'll be using sessions for this, we need to call session start at the top of the file before any output. So there we go. It's not too interesting. Now that we have that done, we need to check if the form has been submitted. If we don't do this, we'll just get some errors displayed on the screen when it has not been submitted. So to do this, we use the isSet function. So we do if isSet post submit, and then we do some stuff. Now we're working with user input here, and as you know by now, you need to assume that all your users are evil. So you need to make sure all the input is sanitized so that it's safe. So one way to do this in this case is to use the HTML entities function, and you do that this way. So color equals HTML entities color ENT quotes. The ENT quotes part is not strictly necessary, but I just like to add that to make sure that both single and double quotes are converted. Oh, by the way, this should be post color, of course. With that out of the way, there's some error checking we need to do. We need to make sure it's 6 characters long, and we need to make sure that it contains only numbers and the letters A through F. Otherwise, it's not a hexadecimal value. So let's start by doing the most simple one, and that is checking if it's 6 characters long. So we do this using the string length function, which you probably have seen before already. So if strlen, short for string length, color does not equal 6, and we display an error message. You need to specify a color of 6 characters. Don't prepend the hash sign. So nothing difficult here. Let's just see if it works properly. You never know. Yep, okay, and AST, yep, works fine. And when we input something that is 6 characters, it works perfectly fine. So next step, to check if the color contains only the characters it's supposed to, we'll use the pragmatch function. It allows you to use a regular expression to validate a string. Regular expressions can get pretty complicated, but this is a really easy one that should not be too hard to understand. I'll first just type it out and then explain it afterwards. So else if, well, let me move this to the left a bit to make it easier to see. Else if pragmatch, then a hash sign, opening square bracket, caret sign, 0 hyphen 9 A hyphen F, closing square bracket, another hash sign, and I. And we do that for the color. Error message, the color can only contain numbers and the letters A through F or A through F. capitalized. So let's see, the pragmatch function, the first parameter we pass it is the pattern to check. So, and the second parameter is the string to check the pattern against. So the function takes this pattern here and it checks if that applies to the color. Now what is this pattern? First let's start with these hash signs. They're a bit awkward, but they also don't really do anything. They're like delimiters. They say where the regular expression starts and ends. It's as simple as that. The square brackets tell where a so-called character class starts and ends. A character class is simply a group of characters of which the regular expression will try to find one. So using this character class, it will check for the existence of a letter from A through F or a number. The caret sign actually inverts this, so in this case it checks if something other than those letters exists inside the string. So for example, if the string contains an H, it will return true. If it contains a P, it will return true. If it contains a parenthesis, it will return true. And the error message will therefore be shown. The I at the end simply means that it will check without regarding case. So it's really pretty much the same as doing this without the I. But this is shorter, so we use this. Finally, we need to actually store the color somewhere, and we do this using a session. This syntax is probably familiar to you by now too. Session color equals color. So we're almost done now, but when you save this and you try to do it, you try to change it to say AAA blah blah blah. Oh, it doesn't work. Now this is logical, because as you see we have, well, a static background color specified here. So what we need to do is this. This syntax may be new to you too, so I'll first type it out again and then explain it. Echo is set session color hash sign dot session color colon what? Okay, so what does this mean? It means this thing here with the question mark and the colon is called the ternary operator. It's pretty much just an if statement. It says if the session color is set, then do this. If not, do this. So it echoes the session color in case that the session color is set, and if it has not been set, it will echo white. So let's see if this works. We just have, I already had this in my session, the AAA. Let's try to change it to black. Works too. Let's try to change DDD, AAA, whatever color that may be. Works too. And this will work every time. And when you now close your browser and you go back to it, you will once again see this background color since it has been saved in a session. So that's all for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it.